In this video, we're going to show you how to make a blog post for the website. So when you're logged in on the dashboard, just go to the left-hand side here to posts. You want to add a new post. When it does that, it's going to create a blank post. So the first thing you want to do is give it a title. Okay. And there's basically two ways to do the post. There's a simple way of doing it by just type in the content that you want here. I'm just copying and pasting here, and you can add pictures or videos just by clicking the Add Media button. Let's just pick a picture at random here. And that would put that in there. And then you can continue creating content if you want, add a video. I'm going to hit preview. Whenever you're creating a post, you can always hit preview to look at it before it goes live. So as you'll see here, when you do it the basic way, it looks fine, but it limits you on the type of content you can put in there. Again, it looks fine, but you know, it's pretty blocky. Okay, so I recommend, let me just delete this stuff here. Going to the backend editor and then just add in rows. Okay, so we're in the backend editor. We're going to add an element. I'm going to add a row. So now the web page is broken into rows. So by default, the row is the full width there. So I'm going to show you here how to make it a little more interesting. So as you saw there, I'm just going to click on the little plus sign here. I'm going to add an element. So let's give this a heading. So I'm going to click on custom heading there. And then under the text, you can give it a custom heading. And inside this, you can actually change the way it looks. For example, if you want the text to be centered, you can change it there. You can actually customize the font size and height. There are all these where it says element tag. These are pre-styled headings. So H1 is the biggest heading, so it's the biggest, boldest font. And then as you go down, they're just a little bit more smaller. And the P is for paragraph, and that's just regular text there. So we're just going to keep this on head H2 for now. And again, you can go down here and you can do everything from change the text color, change the font, and it has the preview of the font there. We're just going to keep it as it is right now. I'm going to hit Save Change. And then under there, so you see the little add in there, it's still inside that row. I'm just going to do a text block. Paste my text in. Okay, I'm going to hit preview just to show you what it looks like. Okay, so you can see this is the title of the post. It shows up there. This is the heading I put in, and I centered it, but obviously you could then put it to the left, which probably would have looked a little bit better. You could put it to the right, and there's my text. Now, you can get a little more creative with this. So let's say we add another row. So I'm going to add another element. I'm going to add a row. And then right here, you can change how many columns are in the row. Okay. So let's say I go to this one, which is 2/3 and 1/3. So with this, what I could do is I could add, say, another header. Let's use the heading. So this is the custom theme header. Put that in there. And then if you wanted to, you could put the subheader in there. I'm going to show you what that looks like if I do that. Preview. Okay, that was our original one. And you see here the next row is 2/3 and 1/3. Now you notice that this text is all centered. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that out. Now you could, if you wanted to, change the formatting of the text here on the left. Let's put it to the left. And then on the right side here, I'm just going to add an element again, and I'm going to go to single image. I'm going to upload a single image. So as soon as you click on to add a single image, it will go to your media library. But if you want to upload one from your computer, you can just hit upload files and you find it on your computer. But just to save time, I'm going to go to our media library. I'm just going to pick a picture that's already uploaded. So I selected it, hit set image. Okay, and there it is. Now, by default, the image size is going to be thumbnail. Generally, you want to change that to full on there. And then if you want it to align to the left, the center, or the right, play around with that, see which looks best. If you want it to make that image, so when people click on it, it goes to another page or a file, something like that, you can simply do that by on click action. You can link it to a custom link. If you want them to be able to look at that picture full screen, or what they would call a light box, you can do that to link to a larger image or zoom. I'm just going to put none for now. Hit save changes. Preview. Let's see what it looks like now. Now you see here that the image is kind of small, so you want to make sure your image size fits the space. If you wanted this image to be, even though it's small, you wanted it to be in the middle, you can do something like add an element and then go to, if I can find it here. Sometimes half the fun finding all the elements. Here we go, empty space. And you can put how many pixels, and generally what you do is you just kind of play around until you find the right number on there. Now the one thing with the image here, when you say full size, what it'll do is it will make the image the size of the space, the width. So if this was, instead of it being 2/3, if it was half and half, and one thing I forgot to do when I did that, I should have moved this above. Let's hit preview again now. Okay, you see how it went from up here and it moved that down a little bit, and you can keep increasing that. But you notice because I made this space half and half, you can see the image got bigger because it had more width to fill to. But again, you would want to select an image that fits that space better. So basically, you just go in, you can just keep adding rows, you can add videos, more text, anything you want. Now you notice that on the left-hand side here is a sidebar that has recent posts that I put in there. And categories. If you ever want to get rid of that, that goes under layout. And right now it's selected with the X, which means it basically inherits the style from the theme. But this one here is a full page layout. So if I click on that and hit preview, the first thing you'll notice as it reloads is that sidebar is no longer there. It gives the content a little bit more room, and you don't have that sidebar content there, okay? Now the other thing that you definitely want to do is you want to add a featured image. So right here at the bottom, where it says set featured image. This is going to be the image that is on the main page of your blog. So when they see the title, they'll also see this image on the main page before they click into it. So I'm going to just click something that's already there, but you can always upload a new file, hit set featured image. Now, in addition to it being the main image on the home page, it'll also put that image at the top of the post. So there you go. There's that image right there. Now, the only other things you need to worry about here are given your post category and tags. So we talked about this being a bedroom idea, so I would give it a bedroom tag, category. And you can add tags if you want here, like Tips Tuesday, if you wanted to give it that tag. Or if you wanted to make that a category, you would just go to add new category. You click on that and then give it a name, Tips Tuesday, hit add new category, and you're good to go. So now you have two options. If you're happy with everything that you've done, you can hit publish and it'll be live straight away on the website. Or where it says publish immediately, edit, you can edit this here and you can date it whenever you want. You can set it to publish at a certain time and it won't go live on the website until then. And then as soon as you set that day and time, this publish button, in fact, let's just do it. Let's just change that to April. Hit OK. You'll notice instead of saying publish, it says schedule. You hit schedule and it'll just sit in a draft mode until that date and time happens, and then it'll automatically publish it. Now, I left a whole bunch. If we go to, let's just hit schedule here. If we go to all posts, I left a bunch of examples of different styles of posts for you to follow. So let's hit that all posts. And you'll see all these different posts here. So this one is the new bedroom style. This just gives you some examples of different things that you can do within the post. And each one of those is a little different. So if I show you this in preview, you'll see some of the different elements and features that this particular blog post style has. Okay, so it has the similar layout, what we just built there, but it has a cool little thing like this. Whereas you look at this, and it looks like a video, so you click on play, and it opens a Lightbox style video with a Vimeo account. And people can watch the video in there and click out if they want and go back to the blog post. So if we go into that page, it's actually an interesting way to do that. And it's just put in under a single image. Now if I just go to edit that single image, you see that's the picture that looked like a video. Image size is full, but on click action, open a custom link, and with your Vimeo account, you'll be able to find the embed code. Just make sure you put this first part of the code here, and then whatever your video number is, that's this part here, just kind of paste that part in, and then put the autoplay in there too, and make sure it opens up in the same window, and you'll be able to recreate that very same effect. One thing you definitely need to do though is under the extra class name, make sure you just put in this lab pop-up, and that's what gives it that nice Lightbox feel when you click on it. Okay, so go through some of those pre-made templates and have a look to see what different things you can do, and play around and see what you like.